Hey, good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for being here tonight at our Connect groups. My name is Dominic. I'm the leader here at The Heart, and you sitting in this room with this group of people, you are living out the mission and the vision that we have here at The Heart, and that is to connect people to the heart of God. And we believe that happens best in groups. We often say that Sunday mornings are great because we get to hear a message and we get to be around each other and we get some coffee and we get to sing some songs, but it's through the week where we really need to rely on each other. That's when the mess happens. That's when the craziness happens. That's when all of the mess of life comes down on us, and that's when we need to be there for each other and be in community together. So grateful that you're here tonight. I want to encourage you as we go through these questions tonight that our goal here is for you to be able to express what you're feeling, what's going on in your life. So I want to ask you to be brave, to be bold, and be a part of the conversation here tonight, because when you share where you're coming from, it helps all of us know more about you and to grow and enlarge our faith and what we're trying to learn, what God is telling us. So I want to encourage you to be a part of the conversation tonight. Now, we are in week 2 of a message series that we have going on at The Heart right now called Spiritual Dysmorphia. And if you've missed the last Sunday, it's no problem. You can still be a part of the conversation. You can catch up on the podcast later if you want to do that. But the questions tonight, they're going to be worded in a way to where you can still be a part of the conversation whether you're at church or not, because we have a phrase around The Heart, and it's you don't have to go to church here to go to church here. We're all trying to figure out what is going on in our life one day at a time. So that's the power of these groups. Now, something we learned on Sunday is that when it comes to our faith, what we want to do with our faith is use it, choose to use it to activate our faith, not just simply to use it to cover things that are in our life. We want to be able to choose our faith, to use our faith, to trust God in the middle of the mess that we have going on. And there was a couple scriptures that we looked at. It was 2 Corinthians 13:5 and then Galatians 1:6. And what we wanted to do was test out our faith. And we learned that if we test our faith and it fails, then it may be that our faith was in something that wasn't Jesus. And if we test out our faith and it fails, then maybe we can do something about it. So this first question tonight that I want to dig into is I want to start with in your eyes and maybe your experience or how you've grown up is, what would you describe faith to be? How would you describe what faith is? So let's take a few minutes to go around the room and talk about in your eyes and in your perspective and your experience, how would you describe what faith is? So let's take a few minutes and talk through that together. All right, now for the second question tonight, I want to talk specifically about your faith. And I want you to think back in your journey of your life and maybe different times you chose to have faith for something or you wanted to have faith for something. I want to discuss a time when you feel like your faith failed, where you tried to have faith for something, you wanted to believe something, people were trying to encourage you to have faith for something, and it failed. What you expected to happen didn't happen, or what you had faith for didn't come to pass. I want to discuss a time when your faith failed you and how that affected you. What was the situation and how that affected you? So let's take a few minutes and talk through that together. All right, now for this third question, I want to make sure we understand kind of what we're talking about, because one of the things that we said on Sunday is that when we base our faith on what we believe about God, right? We say, I trust God or I believe God because of what I think, because of what I believe. Then what we're doing is we're saying that my beliefs determine who God is, right? My beliefs determine what God will do, how he will react. So if we believe, if our faith is built upon our beliefs, then it can change and it can grow. Just like any relationship, as you change and grow and get to know people more and more, your relationship changes, it evolves. So if we have a certain faith that we can have based on our beliefs, but then there's also a faith that we can have based upon what God believes about us, one of those changes, one of those evolves, one of those changes depending on how we feel or depending on what happens to us, but one of those stays consistent. and it stays firm because God, the way he believes about us, what he thinks about us, the sacrifices he has made for us to be connected with him will not change. So when it comes to you, when it comes to your faith and your journey and what you have going on, what I want to know from you is your faith based on what you believe about God? And how can you shift your perspective for your faith to be based on what God believes about you? So let's take a few minutes and try to dig into that together. Remember with these, don't worry if there's no wrong answers, there's no right answers. It's a matter of us being able to work through this journey together. That's the power of these groups, not making sure you're getting answers to questions right. These questions are here to serve you. So let's take a few minutes and talk through that together. All right, now for this fourth question tonight, I want you to take a look at your life right now. And what are you having faith for right now? Because when it comes to what we're learning and what we're trying to understand about the Bible and about Jesus and about what God is trying to tell us, it's much more than reading the Bible and memorizing it and trying to get smarter about the Bible. We want to be able to take what we're learning, bring it into our life, and be able to change our life and make changes and improve and grow our faith. So what I want to know for you is, for this week, what are you having faith for right now? Is it a relationship that you're in? Is it something that needs to happen in your job? Is it, you feel like you're on rocky ground with your relationship with God? Whatever it happens to be in your life, where do you need faith? What are you having faith for right now? And what I want to know is this week, how can you use your faith to trust God? How can you choose to trust God through your faith rather than simply letting faith be I'm just staying positive, just trying to stay positive. I'm just going to have faith that everything's going to be okay. We want to be careful of not using faith as just a way to avoid our problems, but activating our faith and using our faith to trust God in the middle of a mess. We said on Sunday that faith is not for us to pretend that there is no storm. Faith is for us to trust God in the middle of the storm. So what are you having faith for right now? And this week, how can you use your faith to trust God and not simply try to put on a positive thinking, everything's going to be great kind of vibe? So let's talk through that together and see what you guys think. This is going to be the last question for tonight. So I want to leave you with this, and I want to remind you again that the week of Thanksgiving, we are combining all groups to be on Monday night. That's November the 19th here in this house that you see right here, the Insignias House, 314 Magnolia Street. All of you are invited. We're going to have a groups giving. So we'll have turkey and mashed potatoes and rolls. And we want you guys to bring your favorite sides, bring your green bean casserole, bring your sweet potato pie, bring your pumpkin pie, whatever it is. And we're just going to get to hang out together and enjoy each other's company. So that's Monday, November the 19th. And we are going to be combining all groups Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday groups all combined. And this Sunday, we are going to continue with our message series, Spiritual Dysmorphia, week 3. I want to encourage you to invite somebody out. People are trying to discover who they are, and this series is going to be great for people to find who they are, who God has made them to be. So invite people out this Sunday at 9:30 and 11. All right, love you guys too much.